we'll get into today's topic, which is the top 10 things you should do immediately after making either a New Year's resolution or a new goal. Okay, these are the things that you should do, whether you want to write them down or just make a mental list of these things. That way it can help you stay on track and achieve what you set out to achieve. Okay, so at this time of year, as most people do, chances are is that you're planning to make a resolution or a new goal. Maybe you've already made them. For example, you might have vowed to start writing more or even to get more fit. Okay, so you're desirable to do something bigger than what you've been doing is admirable. But sometimes it's not always easy to keep our resolutions, slipping through our fingers or just letting life get in the way of what we intend to do. Most people fail to meet their resolutions or to accomplish their goals because they don't really have a plan. Like, they know what they want, but they don't really have a plan of how they're going to get there. So to complete your goal, it's important to have specific action plans carefully considered. It's also crucial for your success that you write down when, where, and exactly how you intend to execute your plans to reach the finish line. So in order to help you crush your new resolutions or your goals for this year, we're going to start with this list of 10 things, okay? The number one thing is to pick one thing at a time. Take your time and focus on your most important goals at the moment, because it's easy to get overwhelmed when you have a whole shitload of things on your to-do list or your goal list at the same time. So prioritize the most number one important thing first. Okay. Number two is to make your goal specific, and I mean uber specific. You're more likely to achieve the resolution or the goal if you know exactly what you're trying to do. So identify specific behaviors or activities that you'll do to fulfill the dream or the goal, which can be as simple as reading more books or making time to exercise each day. Me personally, I try to do it first thing in the morning to get it out the way, because I'm somebody that I have a whole bunch of different things I do day to day, and when I try to put it off towards the end of the day, it seems to never happen, right? Especially because I have kids and stuff too. I'm a stay-at-home mom, full-time entrepreneur, so you can imagine my schedule gets pretty ridiculous. So include a timeline for the completion and the steps necessary to reach your goals. The next thing would be to take your time to plan it, okay? Write down the steps towards your resolution and goal and plan out how you're going to get there, because organization is vital. You might want to write down which days of the week are best for completing your goal, like what time of day works best for you and what tools will help you reach success. Okay, for example, like if you're somebody who utilizes TikTok to promote your business or a product, right? You might want to sit down at your computer and do a little research and figure out what times of day are the most active and the best times to post on TikTok. There are actually studies done that can help you find out the best times for certain things, like when it comes to posting on social media for business and promotional purposes. So the next thing, which we're at number 4 here, is to start small. So for example, if you want to read more books, you don't have to start reading a novel that same day, right? Start with one chapter at a time. Keep track of how many pages and hours that you've read each day. So for example, if you want to walk 30 minutes each day, start by walking 5 minutes once a day and gradually build yourself up over time. Me personally, when it comes to my exercising, well, I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. It's the winter, right? So I ain't doing much walking right now. But usually, like when it's spring or summer or even fall, I try my best to do a mile each day, right? And so I figured out, because I have the little Nike Run tracker thing, right, that I put on when I walk, or some of you may have them smartwatches that can track your movements. But one day I took a walk down my street to figure out how long or how far do I have to walk in order to reach a mile, right? So I figured out that basically 2 figure-8 laps around my 2 blocks closest to me makes a mile. So what I try to do is I do 1 figure 8 in the morning, and then I'll do 1 figure 8 in the evening. That way, at the end of that, I've done my mile for the day. So I didn't try to do the whole mile at once, because really halfway through the mile, I'm like, okay, I'm over it. You know what I mean? So start small and don't kick yourself in the ass when, you take baby steps, okay? Because remember, slow progress is progress, okay? Now, number 5, avoid expecting too much too quickly. You might feel tempted to make a resolution that requires you to reach a certain level of physical fitness or business success right away. So it's a good idea to set realistic expectations for yourself. I was a part of a MLM company for a while, and you see people that come in and within 2-3 months they're like, bam, they're hitting ranks left and right. And me, it took longer to reach my ranks, but it's okay, because sometimes slow and steady is just as good as quick and fast, right? And sometimes it may even stand the test of time better than something that came really quickly. So don't, try to do too much too fast, especially because when we do that and we set expectations that are not realistic for ourselves, then when we don't reach those extreme goals or expectations right away, then we tend to beat ourselves up and not want to keep trying anymore. Like, oh, fuck it. Like, I couldn't do this fast. Why even try? Right? And that's really not what you want to do, because you have to know that as long as you are making a step forward each day, even if that's one little baby step towards your goal each day, you are progressing, okay? And you will reach the finish line. As long as you don't give up, remember, as long as you don't give up, you're winning, all right? So the next thing would be to publicize your resolutions. Yes, that's right. I said it. Publicize it. And I know all of you have no issue publicizing your business, okay? That's what Facebook tends to be used for most of the time. So get online. Tell your goal to others that are close to you. Tell them to strangers, okay? Ask them to keep you in check if they notice that you're not sticking to your own plan. I know a lot of people have an issue with friends that keep them in check about their goals, okay? But let me just tell you this little tidbit right here. Those are real friends, okay? Real friends ain't gonna hear you talk about your goals and what you want out of life and then idly sit by and pat you on your back while you fuck up and do shit that don't go in alignment with what you say you want. Okay, it's your fake friends that's gonna be like, oh yeah, hoorah, you fucking up and it's cool, I love it, right? So pay attention to that, okay? Number 7, get a partner to keep you accountable. Now, it doesn't have to be a lover partner, right? It can be a friend, it can be a best friend, it can be a coworker. Okay, tell your partner that you're making a plan to stick with your resolution and ask them to hold you accountable and responsible by checking in with you regularly about your progress and where you are with your journey. Okay, so for example, if you want to write more, ask them to help you schedule your writing time into your daily routine. Or if you wish to exercise more, get them to join you for some extra encouragement. All right. And number 8, reward yourself. This is important, you guys, okay? Rewards are an effective way to boost your morale, your self-esteem, and your confidence. You might give yourself a little break once you've reached your resolution, or you can reward yourself with a small gift when you complete the first steps in your goal, okay? Always reward yourself, even for the little wins, okay? Reward yourself. You deserve it. You've been working hard for it, okay? Even if no one else congratulates you, look in the mirror and congratulate yourself. Pat yourself on the back. Take yourself out for a nice dinner, okay? Take yourself shopping for a shopping spree. Whatever it is that you feel like fills your spirit, reward yourself with it, okay? Don't wait for someone else to do it. If no one else is doing it, that's fine. Do it yourself. Okay? Number 9, learn from your past resolutions and your past goals and how they failed. Okay? So basically learn from the failures that you've made prior. One quote that I see a lot that I love is, if you want to be more successful, you have to make twice as many failures. Okay? So because it takes failing to learn how to succeed. All right? Nobody that is successful there's nobody that's successful in life that has never failed. Okay, so if you think that there's somebody out there, Steve Jobs or freaking, what's the other guy, Elon Musk, okay, if you think them people, just because they've got billions and millions of dollars, if you think they've never failed at anything in life, you'd be sadly mistaken. Okay, that's just an illusion because you don't see that shit. Alright, it's an illusion. We all make failures, and it's learning from our failures and from our mistakes that pushes us forward to the next level of life or relationship or business. Okay, so don't discount your failures. They're important. They're just as important as the successes, if not more. Okay, so the last thing on my list is to express gratitude for completing tasks, even the little ones. So just like I told you that you need to reward yourself for little tasks, it's important to express gratitude and appreciativeness and thankfulness, because if it's one thing I know for sure, our attitude determines everything. Our attitude is so important in the way that the world responds to us. Okay, so appreciate all the little things along your journey. If you reach a milestone in getting your resolution done, express how happy you are about that achievement. Write down how much you enjoy the feeling of accomplishment, and then feel the gratitude. Embrace it, okay? Embrace the gratitude for doing something good for yourself. All right? Be thankful, be appreciative in everything you do, the way you move, the way you talk. Okay? It really, truly does make a difference. So regardless of how difficult it is, and to sometimes keep our New Year's resolutions or our goals, you can accomplish them. Just remember to write down what you want to accomplish, and then focus on a specific goal so you can achieve one thing before you move on to the other. With a plan in place and following these strategies step by step, I promise that you'll find that your resolutions and your goals are not that hard to stick to after all. You just have to believe in yourself, okay? So with that, I'm going to leave you with the affirmation of the day, okay? And that affirmation is, I'm going to say it and then we're going to repeat it. You're going to repeat it with me after I say it the first time. I accomplish everything I set out to do, and I don't give up until I get there. All right? Now say it with me. I accomplish everything I set out to do, and I don't give up until I get there. One more time. I accomplish everything I set out to do, and I won't stop until I get there. And so it is, y'all. With that, I hope you have a wonderfully blessed Monday, okay? Go forward. Don't just be good today, okay? Go and be great. Put on that shield of good vibe armor, and don't let nobody mess with it, okay? Tell people buzz off, okay? Because the negative energy can't affect you. You're on your good vibes, heavy mode D, okay? All the way on 10. And with that, have a wonderfully blessed day, and I will check in with you first thing tomorrow morning. Love and light, y'all. I'm out.